Let me start with a simple question, but one that might touch a sensitive spot for you or for someone you love. When was the last time you got up from a chair and had to lean on both hands, with a bit of effort just to get to your feet? Or when did you notice that the walk to the bakery, which used to be so easy, now asks for a little pause halfway there? If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something right away. Before anything else, this is not simply a thing of old age against which there's nothing to be done. After 75, keeping your muscles strong becomes one of the most important things for preserving what we most value at this stage of life, which is independence, balance, and quality of life. And what many people don't know is that some simple fruits, the kind you find at the market for next to nothing, can be valuable allies in this care, helping the body with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and compounds that science associates with muscle health. They're not a miracle, and I'm going to be very honest with you about that throughout the video, but they are a real support within real food. But before anything, I need to make this very clear with all seriousness, and I'll repeat it at the end too. This video is only informational and educational. I am not a doctor or a nutritionist, and nothing I say here replaces the evaluation of a health professional, an exam, or a treatment. No fruit, on its own, works a miracle, builds muscle out of nothing, or replaces medicine, and I wouldn't be honest if I promised you that. And let me tell you an important truth right away, because you deserve it. The main protein in your diet comes, yes, from foods like eggs, fish, meat, beans, and milk. And these fruits come in as a nutritional support that adds to that, and not as substitutes for those sources. If you have any health condition, like diabetes or a kidney problem, or use continuous medications, talk to your doctor or nutritionist before changing your diet, because every body is unique. With that settled, let me tell you what science has been observing about the power of certain fruits to help the body age with more strength and more energy, and why they deserve a place of honor on your plate starting today. And that's why I really want you to stay with me until the very end of this video without skipping any part, because I'm going to introduce you to 5 powerful fruits, one by one, explaining exactly how each helps to strengthen the muscles, boost energy, and support healthier aging. And look, I saved some of the most surprising ones for the middle and the end, because there's a fruit on this list that almost no one imagines helps the muscles, and you're going to be surprised. After you know all 5, in the last topic, I'll tell you what truly matters after 75, the thing that really makes the difference between limited aging and an active, independent life. And that goes far beyond any single fruit. So go ahead and leave your like, subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone you love who also wants to keep their strength and independence, and comment the word strength down below so I know you're here with me on this journey. Let's begin right now with the first fruit, one that might catch you by surprise right off the bat. Let's begin with a fruit that might catch you by surprise right off the bat, because very few people think of it when the subject is strengthening the muscles, the jaca, or as it's known in the United States, jackfruit. It's a tropical fruit, native to Asia, but rest easy, because these days it's more and more available. You'll find it canned or in ready-to-use pouches in the green version, green jackfruit, at larger markets, at Asian or Indian grocery stores, and also online with no trouble at all. In other words, even if you've never seen a fresh jackfruit in your life, you can easily enjoy it. And why does it deserve this place of honor on our list? Because jackfruit offers amino acids, which are precisely the little building blocks the body uses in the maintenance and recovery of the muscles. And that's important because as we age, the body slowly loses some of its efficiency in making use of the protein we eat. It's as if the factory kept running, but with the machines a little slower. That's why offering the body foods that help in this process becomes more and more valuable after 75. And the benefits of jackfruit don't stop at the amino acids, because it also delivers minerals that are true partners of your muscles. One of the main ones is potassium, that mineral which takes part directly in muscle contractions and which helps prevent cramps, a torment so common among older people, especially at night. When potassium is lacking, it's common for weakness, aches, and even difficulty moving to appear. Another nutrient present in jackfruit is magnesium, which takes part in hundreds of reactions in the body and has a special role in relaxing the muscle fibers after any effort. And look how interesting. Many older people have low magnesium levels without even suspecting it, which can contribute to that feeling of constant tiredness and loss of strength. Jackfruit also brings vitamin B6, which helps the body turn protein into usable muscle tissue. And here's a golden tip that multiplies the benefits. Combine jackfruit with a source of vitamin C, like a few drops of lemon or pieces of orange, because that combination helps the body absorb several important nutrients better. Green jackfruit, more neutral, works beautifully in savory recipes, shredded in place of meat in sautés. Ripe jackfruit, sweet, goes well in smoothies and snacks. But before I tell you about the next fruit, let me be very honest with you. As I promised at the very beginning, because this is important, jackfruit is a fine ally, but it alone won't build muscle out of nothing, and no fruit does that. It comes in as a nutritional support, offering these amino acids, minerals, and vitamins that help the body work better, always within a varied diet accompanied by movement, which is what truly stimulates the muscle. Think of it as a good player within a team, and not as the whole team. And if this first fruit, so unexpected, already made you think about giving it a try, get ready, because the second fruit on our list is much better known, has probably passed through your hands at the market, but holds an anti-inflammatory power that almost no one associates with the muscles. And that may be exactly what your body was missing to recover better. You'll understand why it's so special. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to meet this second powerful fruit now. The second fruit on our list is much better known and has probably passed through your hands at some point, the goyaba, or guava, as it's called in the United States. It's native to the Americas, to the tropical regions, and here you'll find it fresh seasonally at Latin markets and larger supermarkets. But the easiest and most reliable way to have guava all year round is in the form of frozen pulp, found in many stores or in real juice. Many people remember guava only for its pleasant flavor and its fame for having plenty of vitamin C. But it offers much more than that. Besides bringing a bit of plant protein in its makeup, guava is rich in a natural compound called quercetin, which studies associate with reducing that chronic, silent inflammation that settles into the body as the years pass. And this detail is very important for your muscles. Let me explain why. After 70, many muscles start to live in a state of slight, constant inflammation, a silent process specialists call low-grade chronic inflammation. It's like a low fire that stays lit all the time without your noticing, and that speeds up the loss of muscle and makes it harder for the body to recover after any effort. And that's exactly where guava can lend a precious hand. By helping to calm this silent inflammation, it contributes to the body making better use of nutrients and responding more efficiently to stimuli, like a walk or a stretch. But the great highlight of guava, the one it's famous for, is its very high concentration of vitamin C, and here comes a connection few people make. Vitamin C is essential for the body to produce collagen, which is the protein responsible for keeping muscles, tendons, ligaments, and joints firm and well structured. Without enough collagen, the body becomes more vulnerable to weakness and to aches in the joints. In other words, when you eat a guava, you're not just taking a dose of vitamin C. You're offering the body the raw material to support its whole structure. And it also brings fiber, antioxidants, and minerals that add to your energy and to the health of the body as a whole. In terms of practicality, guava is a wonder. It can be eaten raw with the skin, mixed into natural yogurt, blended in a smoothie with leafy greens or with oats at breakfast. And a tip, eating guava before a light walk or a stretch can help the body respond better to that movement. But let me reinforce here that honesty I promised, because it's the soul of this video. Guava is quite an ally, but it too doesn't work a miracle on its own. And the secret is never in a single fruit, but in the whole, the variety of colorful foods, the protein coming from your main sources, regular movement, and consistency day after day. Guava comes into that whole, offering its protective compounds and its vitamin C, adding its little brick to that construction. And if this second fruit, with its power to calm the silent fire of inflammation, has already won you over, get ready, because the third fruit on our list is tiny, often forgotten, but holds one of the most studied compounds in the whole world when the subject is healthy aging and energy for the muscles. It's one of those surprises I promised you at the very beginning. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to meet this third powerful fruit now, and I'll even give you an easy to find alternative in case you can't find it. The third fruit on our list is tiny, often forgotten, but holds one of the most studied compounds in the whole world when the subject is healthy aging, the Amora secca, or dried mulberry in English. It's native to Asia and has been used for centuries in many cultures, and in the United States you'll find it at health food stores, at Middle Eastern or Turkish markets, and very easily online, where it's sold as a superfood snack. Now, if you can't find dried mulberry or find it expensive, rest easy, because I'll give you an alternative in a moment, so stay with me until the end of this topic. Let's get to what's good about it. One of the most important nutrients in dried mulberry is iron, a mineral that does an essential job, carrying oxygen through the blood to your muscles. And that's fundamental, because without enough oxygen arriving, the muscle cells lose efficiency. Recovery after any effort gets harder, and that feeling of tiredness increases. As the years pass, many people start to have lower iron levels without noticing, and that can contribute to constant fatigue, weakness, and a lack of energy, even for the simplest daily tasks. But the real difference maker in dried mulberry lies in a compound with a curious name, resveratrol. This antioxidant gained the spotlight in studies linked to healthy aging precisely because it helps protect the cells against the wear of time. And it has a special connection with your energy. Let me explain it in a simple way. Inside each muscle cell there are tiny structures called mitochondria, which work like little power plants, turning the nutrients you eat into fuel for the muscles. The problem is that, with the years, these plants lose a bit of their efficiency, and the result is that fatigue, that weakness, that feeling that the battery drains faster. Studies associate resveratrol with better functioning of these plants, helping the body maintain more adequate levels of energy. Dried mulberry is also very rich in antioxidants that fight the free radicals, the ones that speed up the aging of the cells. In terms of practicality, it's great as a snack between meals, mixed into oats, into natural yogurt, or combined with nuts. And here's the golden tip. Have the mulberry along with a fruit rich in vitamin C, like orange or strawberry, because that greatly improves the absorption of iron. And the alternative I promised, in case you can't find mulberry, dark raisins, dried apricots, or even dried cranberries do the job well as an iron and antioxidant-rich snack, so you won't be left without an option. But, once again, with the honesty that runs through this whole video, dried mulberry is a precious ally, but it doesn't work magic on its own, and no one should expect a little fruit to solve everything. It comes in as one more piece of support, offering iron, antioxidants, and that much studied resveratrol, always within a varied diet and a routine with movement. And an important caution I make a point of reinforcing, being a dried fruit, it's concentrated in natural sugars, so moderation is the key word, even more so if you have diabetes or need to watch your blood sugar, in which case a conversation with your doctor is indispensable. A small handful already does the job. And if this third fruit, with its power to energize your cells, has already surprised you, get ready. Because the fourth fruit on our list is one that's probably in your kitchen right now, very common and beloved in the United States, but that almost no one sees as an ally of the muscles. It has a secret in its good fats that changes everything about how your body makes use of nutrients. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to meet this fourth powerful fruit now. The fourth fruit on our list is one that's probably in your kitchen right now, very common and beloved in the United States, the abacate, the avocado. It's native to the Americas, it's super easy to find at any supermarket in the country all year round. And that's why it's perhaps the easiest fruit to include in your routine of all the ones we'll see. But here's the curious point. Almost no one sees the avocado as an ally of the muscles, and it holds a secret in its good fats that changes everything. Let me explain. The great difference maker in the avocado lies in the monounsaturated fats, known as the good fats, and they have a fundamental role in the health of your muscle cells. Each muscle in the body is lined by membranes, little films that control the entry of the nutrients, amino acids, and minerals the muscle needs to recover and stay strong. With aging, these membranes tend to get more rigid and less efficient, and the result is that important nutrients start having more difficulty getting into the cells. It's like a door that slowly rusts and jams. The good fats in the avocado help precisely to give flexibility back to these membranes, improving the cell's communication and making it easier for everything the muscle needs to get in. And the benefits of the avocado for your muscles don't stop there. It's also very rich in potassium, that mineral which already appeared on our list and which takes part directly in muscle contractions and in the communication between the nerves and the fibers. In fact, many people don't know it, but the avocado tends to have even more potassium than the banana. So it's a true champion in this regard. Besides that, it brings natural antioxidants that help protect the muscle cells against the damage of time, the kind that speeds up weakness and wear. And there's a bonus that makes all the difference in the daily life of those past 75. The avocado increases the feeling of fullness, that I feel satisfied, which helps maintain a more balanced diet throughout the day without nibbling on junk. In terms of practicality, it's wonderfully versatile. It can be eaten plain with a little pinch of salt, mashed on whole grain toast, blended in a smoothie, mixed into salads and soups, or combined with eggs, which even boosts the use of the meal's protein. And having a piece of avocado after a light walk can help with recovery, because at that moment, the body is more receptive to nutrients. But, keeping the usual honesty, which is what I value most in this video, the avocado is wonderful, but it too doesn't build muscle on its own, and the secret remains the whole. It's a more calorie-dense food, so moderation is important. Especially if you need to watch your weight, half an avocado at a time is already a fine portion. It comes in as a valuable piece, helping the body make better use of the nutrients from the other meals, always within a varied diet and a routine with movement. And if this fourth fruit, so common and so powerful, has already made you look at the avocado with new eyes, get ready. Because the fifth and last fruit on our list is considered by many researchers to be one of the most promising options of all for those past 75 who want to preserve strength and mobility. It's tiny, super easy to find at any supermarket in the United States, and holds compounds linked precisely to the regeneration of the muscles. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to meet this last powerful fruit now. The fifth and last fruit on our list is considered by many researchers to be one of the most promising options of all for those past 75 who want to preserve strength, mobility, and independence, the Damasco Secco, the dried apricot. And look what good news, this is one of the easiest of all to find, because you'll find dried apricots at practically any supermarket in the United States all year round in the dried fruit section. Though tiny, this food concentrates a very rich combination of nutrients. It offers a bit of easily absorbed plant protein, something very valuable for the more mature body, which loses some of its efficiency in digesting and using protein the way it did in youth. But what's most impressive about the dried apricot is its connection with muscle regeneration. Inside our muscles, there are cells that work like true repair crews, responsible for recovering the fibers after effort. The problem is that, after 70, the activity of these repair crews decreases quite a bit, and that's why the body starts losing muscle faster and taking longer to recover its strength. And some compounds present in the dried apricot are associated precisely with stimulating these cells responsible for regeneration, giving that support to the body's repair work. And the benefits don't stop there. The dried apricot is one of the largest sources of potassium there is among fruits, and a small portion already offers a good part of the daily need for this mineral. So important for the functioning of the muscles and for preventing those cramps and weaknesses that are so common. It also brings beta-carotene, iron, and natural antioxidants, all working together to help the body face the wear of time. And there's a mineral in it that almost no one mentions, but that deserves the spotlight, copper, which is important for keeping the tendons, the ligaments, and the tissues that connect everything in the body strong and resilient. In terms of practicality, the dried apricot is deliciously versatile. It can be a quick snack between meals, go mixed into oats or yogurt, join a dried fruit mix with nuts, or, a great tip for those who have trouble chewing, be soaked in warm water for a few minutes to get nice and soft. And here's a valuable piece of advice when buying. Give preference to the versions without added sulfur, the ones with a darker, more opaque color, the unsulfured apricots, because they better preserve the natural nutrients, even though they aren't as pretty and orange as the others. But, once again, with the honesty I make a point of keeping from beginning to end, the dried apricot is a wonderful ally, but, like every dried fruit, it's concentrated in natural sugars, so moderation is fundamental, even more so for those who have diabetes or watch their blood sugar, a situation in which the doctor's guidance is indispensable. A small handful a day is already enough to enjoy the benefits without overdoing it. And it, like all the others, doesn't work a miracle on its own. It's one more valuable piece within the whole. And now that you know the 5 powerful fruits, the jackfruit, the guava, the dried mulberry, the avocado, and the dried apricot, the most important moment of the whole video has arrived. The one I've been promising since the very beginning. Because there's no point in knowing the fruits if you don't understand what truly makes the difference after 75, the thing that separates limited aging from an active, independent life, and that goes far beyond any single fruit. So don't go anywhere at all, because this last topic is the heart of everything we've talked about here. We've reached the most important moment of the whole video, the one I've been promising since the very beginning, because there's no point in knowing 5 wonderful fruits if you don't understand what truly makes the difference after 75. And the first truth I want to tell you, looking right into your eyes, is this: reaching 75 with strength, balance. And autonomy doesn't depend only on genetics or luck. It depends in large part on the small choices you make every single day, especially in your diet and in the habits that help the body keep functioning well. Many people believe that losing muscle strength is an inevitable part of aging and that there's nothing to be done, and I want to free you from that idea because it isn't true. Science shows that the body remains capable of responding positively to the right stimuli, even at more advanced ages. Your body still reacts. Your muscles still have the capacity to adapt and recover. It's never too late to start caring for your own strength, and this isn't about looks or appearance. It's about something far more precious. It's about being able to get out of bed safely, walk with stability, climb a step, carry the groceries, and, above all, reduce the risk of falls, which is one of the greatest dangers at this stage of life. And now I need to tell you the most important truth of all, the one that ties the whole video together and that I wouldn't be honest to leave out. The fruits we saw are valuable allies, offering vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and compounds that support the health of the muscles. But none of them, on its own, builds muscle, and the main protein that sustains your musculature comes, yes, from foods like eggs, fish, meat, beans, lentils, and milk. The fruits add to that, they don't replace those sources. And there's a piece without which none of this truly works: movement. No food in the world, however powerful, builds or maintains muscle with the body still. It's movement, even the lightest and most adapted to you, that gives the body the order to use all these nutrients. A calm walk, gentle stretches, standing up and sitting down from the chair a few times, always respecting your limits and with your doctor's approval, that's what turns on the engine. The magic combination is this: a varied, colorful diet with real protein supported by these fruits, plus regular movement, plus good hydration, plus adequate rest. There's no instant solution or miracle fruit. What produces real results is consistency, the small habits repeated with affection, day after day. And here I reinforce, with all seriousness and for the last time, what I said at the beginning: this video is only informational and educational. I am not a doctor or a nutritionist, and nothing I've shared here replaces the evaluation, the exam, or the treatment of a health professional. Every body is unique, with its history, its medicines, and its needs, and the one who can truly guide you, looking at your case, is your doctor or your nutritionist. If you have diabetes, a kidney problem, use medications, or have any health condition, talk to that professional before changing your diet, especially because of the dried fruits, which are more concentrated in sugar. Doing things with information and with safety is what turns a good habit into true care for yourself and not into a risk. Take everything you learned here into that conversation with whoever cares for your health calmly and let them help you build the best path for your body and your history. And so we come to the end of this journey together, and look how much valuable knowledge you've discovered today. You met 5 powerful fruits that can be great allies in preserving your strength and your independence after 75. The jackfruit, with its amino acids and minerals; the guava, with its power to calm silent inflammation and its vitamin C that supports the body's structure; the dried mulberry, with the iron and resveratrol that give energy to the cells; the avocado, with the good fats that help nutrients get into the muscles; and the dried apricot, linked to muscle regeneration and full of potassium. But above all, you learn the most important truth of all, the one that's worth more than any single fruit. What truly preserves your strength after 75 is the whole. It's the sum of a varied, colorful diet, real protein, regular movement, good hydration, rest. And above all, consistency. Your body can still react, your muscles can still grow stronger, and it's never ever too late to start caring for your own autonomy. The difference between limited aging and an active life lies very often in the small choices you make every day, starting today. And now I need to ask you 3 little things, which help a lot and cost nothing. The first, tell me here in the comments which of these 5 fruits surprised you the most, the one you didn't imagine helped the muscles, because I love reading each of your answers. The second, comment the word strength down below as a small commitment that you're going to start caring for yours today, one choice at a time. And the third, which is the most beautiful of all, pick up your phone now and share this video with someone you love who also wants to age with more strength, balance, and autonomy, whether a friend, a sibling, a father, a mother, because caring for those we love is also sharing good, honest information at the right time. If this video helped you in any way, leave your like because it helps this content reach more people who need it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next ones, and tap the bell to be notified whenever I bring new content made with care for your health and your quality of life. And remember, always with much affection, information is the first step, but the one who cares for you is your doctor. Take care of your strength, take care of your independence, and I'll be waiting for you in our next video. A big hug, much health, and see you there.